Scott, and you're listening to Flashpoint Radio. Rise and shine, your morning boost of inspiration, news, and fun. With Mikey G, Lady Elise, and Coralie Karen, the unmistakable combination, synergized to navigate.
It's like we're running in circles, going around every day, getting stuck in the hurdles of yesterday. Don't you wanna go further, away from the fray? Let's not get stuck in our worries, we'll make our way. Won't you come outside where the sunflowers bloom? Breathe in the air, look up to the moon. I'll meet you outside, away from the crowd, just you and me together. It will all seem better outside, just us in the sky.
I want to say a pleasant good morning to you this morning. It is indeed a breakfast hour morning. It is Wednesday and Wellness Wednesday for you. And today we want to say, thank God it is another beautiful morning that we can say thank you to Him. All right, so we're going to get started right now, and we're going to get into our devotional by the lady Susan Long. And when we come back, we'll be talking a little bit more about our health and how we can take better care of ourselves.
No, I'm here to stay. Won't you come outside where the sunflowers bloom? Breathe in the air, look up to the moon. I'll meet you outside, away from the crowd, just you and me together. It will all seem better outside, just us and
Good morning. This is day 2. Jesus said, "Let the little children come to me, and do not forbid them, for of such is the kingdom of heaven." Matthew chapter 19, verse 14. The Children's Friend, written by David McCaslund. Today, people around the globe will observe the 220th anniversary of the birth of the great storyteller Hans Christian Andersen. The lessons and encouragement contained in his tales of The Ugly Duckling, The Little Mermaid, and The Emperor's New Clothes are still considered a great gift to children everywhere. I'm reminded, however, that Jesus Christ is the greatest friend of children the world has ever known. No one has done more for them than Jesus. When Jesus' disciples reprimanded people for bringing little ones to him, the Lord said, "Let the little children come to me, and do not forbid them, for of such is the kingdom of heaven." Jesus valued children as persons of worth. After his triumphal entry into Jerusalem, the Lord accepted the praise of children and reminded those who criticized them that God has ordained praise even out of the mouths of babes and nursing infants. Companionship with the Savior is a privilege of everyone who trusts Him with the simple faith of a child. His loving arms and tender heart are ready to embrace every child who accepts Him. He willingly receives all who open their hearts to Him. He is the children's friend. O Jesus, you who once did say to little children at their play, "Come to me, you will be blessed." So come to us and be our guest. Our quote this morning reads, "The Creator hides secrets from sages, yet He can be known by children." End quote.
Looking to build your dream home or renovate your space? M&M Construction is the perfect place. We bring your vision to life with precision and quality craftsmanship. From design to construction, we guide you every step, ensuring seamless coordination and superior results. Our professional roof inspection and maintenance services will ensure that your roof is sturdy this hurricane season. So, if you are ready to start your construction journey, call us today at 345-927-7509. Build with confidence. Build with M&M Construction. 345-927-7509.
Wednesday, and of course, it's a beautiful day to be alive. God has been faithful, and of course, regardless of the challenges that we come, it is reassuring that God has everything in His will. And so this morning is Wellness Wednesday, and as promised, Dr. K stands ready to share with us some pearls of wisdom that will help us on our wellness journey. I want to say a pleasant good morning to those who are joining us on YouTube, those on Facebook, those on Instagram. And if you're listening via www.flashpointmedia.ky, we welcome you to this special episode of the Breakfast Hour, where we emphasize your wellness.
Call and say, "Hello, Miss Lee. Yes, it's me, Earthquake. I coming Tuesday around 10. No, sir. Earthquake does arrive unannounced. And when it come, it shake all sense and sensibility out of way. Remain calm, stay inside, and do the DCH. Drop, cover, hold on. Once the shaking starts, you know it's earthquake. Make a quick move to a safe place. Don't run to the door, we are in the exit. Stairs might block up or full of people. Elevator, avoid that because you might get in and poof, power gone, and you're stuck in that box without ear. Take cover under a strong table or a bed, or crouch against an inside wall or in a corner, and cover your face and your head with your arms. Remember, DCH, drop, cover, hold on. Glass windows and doors, outside walls and doors in an earthquake, bad news. Take care yourself. Most injuries during earthquakes happen when something drop and hit people entering or exiting a building. Last thing, don't want to run outside and ask, you feel it, you feel it? Remain calm, stay indoors until all the shaking stop, and do the DCH, drop, cover, hold on.
morning. Once again, it is indeed Wellness Wednesday, and we're here and we're going to be discussing a little bit about our health. As we said before, Dr. K is standing by for this conversation. Ladies, magnificent Wednesday.
Back to the breakfast hour, and as we welcome Dr. K, she has a lot to share with us this morning. So, of course, we are anxious for her to share with us. And so, after these messages, you will hear from Dr. K.
When you need ultrasound that's safe and effective, you must visit Asai Ultrasound Imaging. They're conveniently located at number 4 Chestnut Center, Smith Road, Georgetown, Cayman Islands. With experienced technologists with over 20 years experience, their friendly staff will make you comfortable while you get your procedure done. Asai Ultrasound Imaging is open Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturdays. Call Asai Ultrasound Imaging 345-949-2454 or 345-938-3426. That's 345-949-2454 or 345-938-3426.
Of course, another Wellness Wednesday, and we're here this morning to discuss a little bit about our health. Well, good morning to Dr. K. Good morning. Welcome to the breakfast hour once again, Dr. K. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning, Mikey G. How are you today?
It has been a morning and a half. I can tell you, it is one of those mornings that, when things are just doing what it wants to do, it does it. So, yeah, it's okay. I'm going to say good morning again to our listeners and our guests, our visiting friends, people who are joining us for the first time. I want to say good morning to you. And what do you have for us today?
Okay, so today we're going to be talking about lupus. And lupus is really systemic lupus erythematosus, SLE. So the condition, otherwise SLE, lupus, systemic lupus erythematosus, it's a condition, it's an autoimmune disorder. And when we say autoimmune disorder, we mean that your body basically is finding itself to be foreign and causing an immune response. So your body is attacking itself. So your immune system is attacking. So it's autoimmune. You are causing damage to your body. Instead of my immune system protecting my body, my immune system is damaging my body. And so the damage can be anywhere in the body. It can be in your skin, in your blood, in your joints, in your kidneys, in your brain, in your heart, in your lungs. So basically, what is happening is that I am seeing my body as foreign
Wow.
and forming immune complexes to destroy instead of protect.
So the HIV virus has a tendency to basically do what it calls it attacks the cells, it destroys them, it can't protect itself, it prevents you from your immune system from actually operating. Are you saying
Well, what it's a different thing. The HIV virus weakens your immune system.
right? Right.
This is your immune system attacking you. That's
Wow.
totally different.
Wow. Wow.
That's a virus that weakens your immune system. This is your body. Your body's is not a virus. It's your body immune system attacking your body.
So the very thing that
See
is
your
supposed to
body.
protect you, the very thing that is supposed to
Exactly.
protect you.
So it's supposed to protect you from outside forces. No, this your immune system is now behaving as though you are not you.
we did a,
So
we did a
it's
topic.
you as
We did a topic on abortion the other day, and did Dr. K. I'm not going to say it. I'm going to stay on that this morning. And we were saying children were being protected by mothers when they were born, are supposed to be in the womb and everything. And it sounds like the very thing that is supposed to be protecting is the very thing that will harm you. And this is how the system, this disease sound like to me. That's how I see it a while ago. That's what my mind went to. I'm sorry. I may have break this chain of thought, but that's how my mind works.
okay. So there are different types of lupus. You could get lupus that just affect your skin. And so you can have the rash on your face, which we call a malar rash. So it could be just cutaneous lesions, and then you could have just discoid lesions. They look like coins
Yes.
on your skin. So that's basically one of the diagnostic features of just cutaneous lupus. So basically you have these, we call them discoid lupus, discoid lesions. So they just have these coin-like lesions on your skin, and then you get the rash around your, like a butterfly, they form like a butterfly on your face. We call it a malar rash. So you could just get cutaneous lupus where it just affects your skin. Another type of lupus that you can have is drug-induced lupus, where you basically take medication and they give you lupus-like symptoms, but these symptoms tend to get better after the drug is after you're completed the dose of treatment, or after you stop taking the medication, then these will go away. Then you have something called neonatal lupus, where babies are sometimes born with lupus, right? These babies don't normally have lupus, but if your biological parents have lupus, right? Not that they're children who are certain to have lupus, but having biological parents with lupus tend to increase the risk of you getting lupus.
Wow.
Okay. So what happens to you when you get lupus? What are the symptoms? So basically, you can have, as I said to you, you can have the rash on your body, rash on your face, sometimes called the butterfly rash, malar rash. Then you get joint pains, pain in all the joints, pain in your muscles, pain in your chest, pain everywhere, pain in almost every joint. So usually when you have joint pains, that's one of the differential diagnoses for joint pains, is lupus, okay? And then you can get headaches, hair loss, burns in your mouth, fatigue, shortness of breath or difficulty breathing, swelling of your glands, swelling in your arms and legs, because what lupus does is cause inflammation in your body, okay? So you can get confusion, can get photosensitivity, that means you're sensitive to sunlight, okay? Can get dry eye, you can get depressed, you can get seizures, anemia, the Raynaud syndrome where the fingers and toes are very, very cold, osteoporosis, heart disease, kidney disease. And those are just, as I say, lupus is different for everybody because it affects any organ of the body. It is damaging any single organ. Any organ that you can think about lupus can affect it. Because as I said before, your immune system, instead of protecting you, is attacking you. And it's attacking anywhere. So that's why lupus is different for different persons. And that's why it behooves you to know your body, know what's happening to you. The only person who can tell the doctor as to what's happening to you is you. So you might be having joint pains, you might be having difficulty breathing. Whenever I take a deep breath, I have chest pain because of the inflammation in the muscles. We call those basically costochondritis. You could be having the rash on the face, the photosensitive, the dry eye, the anemia, the feeling weak, the fatigue. You have to tell your doctor.
You know,
Now,
I'm listening to the conversation, what you're saying about this lupus, and my immune system just start attacking me. I don't know how to understand if there's a cause and effect of what, if that could be how it could start to attack me.
I'm not understanding what.
So the question is how does it start to just attack me? It just all by itself, it just come on to me, just want to attack my system, want to attack itself.
Okay, so what causes lupus? We're not really sure what causes it. We just know that it happens. There is a genetic predisposition to it, but nobody can say for sure that lupus is caused because you're going to the sun and the sun does that. We don't really know what causes it, but what we know is that there are certain factors about your health and where you live that can trigger lupus. Okay, so we can't say what causes it. We don't know what causes it, but it's a disease where your immune system, and it has been around for a while now, where your immune system attacks you. So if you have a genetic mutation, that means that if you have a family history, you're born with the genes for lupus, you're likely to get lupus. And that's why lupus is more common in women, and especially age 14 to 40, 15 to like 44 thereabout, because it might be hormone related, especially your estrogens, where there's a reaction in your body to estrogens that make you develop lupus. And that's why it tends to be occurring more when these women are young women, going into pubertal, into young age, adolescence, into young women. So it might be because of the estrogen that they're saying, might be because of a reaction to your hormones that's causing it. Men do get lupus, but they're less likely to get lupus. And they're thinking that environment might play a role in lupus, means that your area that you live where there's excess sunlight or excess pollution might put you at risk for lupus. And also with people who have a high stress, and also smoking or other conditions that might trigger your lupus. Now, who are at risk for lupus? As I said, young women, especially age 15 to 44, Black people, Asian people, Hispanic people, Native Americans. Those are people who are more likely to get lupus. So lupus tends to occur in the Blacks, in the Asians, in the Hispanics, in women, young women.
Here's a question.
And if you have a biological parent with lupus, you're more likely to get lupus.
Here's a question I'd like to ask. Is lupus a type of cancer?
Lupus is not a cancer. It's an immune disorder. It's an immune disorder. It has nothing to do with mutations and malignancies. It's a case where your immune system is attacking your body, not a cancer. A cancer is when there is a growth or a mutation in the gene, in the cells, and it spreads all over. This is different from lupus. Lupus is the immune system. Cancer can weaken your immune system and put you at risk for getting any infection. Now, lupus causes inflammation because it's attacking your immune system. So that's why you get the pains and the stuff, because it's causing inflammation in your heart, in your lungs, in your joints, everywhere. And that is why you get the lupus. So basically, how do you know you have lupus? So you can have any one of those symptoms, right? And so you'll discuss it with your doctor and say, I'm feeling fatigue, or I'm having joint pains, or I'm having this rash, or whenever I take a deep breath, I'm having pain in my chest. I'm having dry eyes, a little depressed, So you talk about your symptoms, and basically what you say to your doctor will send red flags, or will say something else sinister is happening, and the doctor might want to do some blood tests on you. But you have to tell your doctor what is happening to you. You have to say, my symptoms started this, what has been happening, how have you been feeling over the past few months, few years, because people will have these symptoms going on for a while before they actually seek medical attention. And then your doctor will actually do some blood tests on you, do a urine test, and will try to see if really and truly if this is lupus.
I am, as always, I'm always, frightened by the many things that can happen to us. And just to hear the viciousness of this particular disease. I've never heard it being explained like this before. I have never really been exposed to this conversation before in this way. And I'm just thinking about it, it's a little frightening. And I am right there going for how do our bodies respond like this to us, and what could possibly cause it. And now to hear that we don't really know yet. I think science is trying to catch up in this area, and I'm hopeful that we can get some answers on how to prevent it before it starts, if it's possible. That's where my mind went a while ago, Dr. K.
Well, the fact that we don't know what causes it, we really don't know how to prevent it. Okay? We really don't know how to prevent it. We just know that if you're at risk for it, for example, if you have biological parents with it, then that puts you at risk, and then you have to take special care of yourself. And since we know some of the risk factors, the stress, the smoking, living in polluted areas where there's going to be sunlight, or any other pollution, then we have to make sure that we take those matters in consideration. So treatment of lupus is basically taking a lot of drugs, right? Drugs to make sure that you decrease the inflammation, and that's basically what it is. Decrease the inflammation and the pain, right? As I said to you, I don't know how to prevent it. We're not sure because we don't know what caused it. But as I say, there's some things that you can do if you have lupus to decrease the flare-ups. For one thing, you don't want to be having too much exposure to sunlight, especially in the time when the sun is hottest, like between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. You want to limit your sun exposure, or wear sunscreen or cover up. Wear long sleeve, cover up mostly if you're going to know that you're going to be outside in the sun a lot, especially if you live in tropical areas. Stay active. Don't stop moving. Even though you're having pain and it makes you less want to move, but actual light activity and moving will actually help with the pain. So things that are not so heavy on the joints, like probably walking and biking and probably swimming, those are not so heavy activities on your joints. You probably want to do more of that, because that will help you in terms of the symptoms of pain and inflammation. And sleep is very important. People need to get, we need to get sleep whether we're sick or or not. But especially when you're ill, you need to get 7 to 8 hours sleep. Actually, 7 to 9 hours sleep for adults if you can. And these will actually help with the symptoms. Reducing your stress can actually help with the symptoms of lupus, and actually trying to get somebody to deal with the disease, talk to a psychologist or somebody or group support where you can get help with dealing with the disease is very, very important. Remember, lupus is a lifelong, is a chronic condition. Once you have it, or it has been diagnosed, you're 15, you're going to live with it for the rest of your life. So basically, what you need to do is to make your life as comfortable as possible. Try to um, decrease the incidence of flare ups, trying to get your sleep, take your medication, rest, move, that kind of thing. You know, it's just what it is. Hospice care, when we don't, but the point is that with lupus, you don't necessarily need to be on hospice at 15. At 15, you probably just have a malar rash. At 15, you just have joint pains. You don't have the point where your kidney. Yeah, yeah, but that you have gone to the extreme, and lupus doesn't necessarily bring you to that extreme. There are lots of people who have lived with lupus for years, and you don't even know. You see them walking and talking to you, and you don't know that they have lupus. But it is something that you everybody, whether you're sick or not sick or you don't have anything, you should actually go to your is that is a part of premarital screening or premarital um well, not just counseling, but a part of your premarital workup. You should get not just counseling, but you should get your genetics checked. And at the end of the day, it should be an informed decision. I want to be with you regardless of what you have. You're not going to get a full scan, but for example, people who have sickle cell disease, people who are at risk for sickle cell disease and passing on these genetic traits to their children actually should get checked, because the truth is that you have to decide if you're going to be passing these on to your children, if you're going to have children. These are important. Yes, focus, Mikey G, focus. We're talking about lupus this morning. And you're not going to be checked for anything like that. If you have symptoms, yes, but you're not going to be. Nobody's going to check everybody. Oh my God, do you have lupus? Do you have cancer? Do you have rheumatoid? Do you have this? The only things that the only things that you'll probably be checked for is probably, do you have any communicable disease, and you don't have to check for that. I mean, you can talk to each other, you can have a conversation. The thing about it is that when you're getting married, you just need to be honest. You don't have to be going to the doctor. Oh my God, do I have HIV? Do I have syphilis? Do I have gonorrhea? Do I have these things? Have a conversation. Lady Elise, we need your help here.
I think Makaji cannot be helped.
We need your help, Lady Elise. We need your intervention.
You know, but there's hope.
There's always hope.
There's hope. You know, it's not okay. Actually, lupus is something that I have had. Um, well, I wouldn't say I've been intrigued by it, but I've met several persons. I have a friend who have been battling from as early as 8 years old, and she was told that she wouldn't live into adulthood. And of course, today she is 50. And of course, I remember during one of our high school graduation, she was unable to march. Her foot bottoms were swollen. You know, she was, but she has had a difficult. But I tell you, even though she lost her mom during COVID, she is such a resilient individual, having been living with SLE for so long. And it's certainly something to watch your body, just this constant fight, you know. So she knows she's dependent on steroids. But I tell you, you've never found a person who is more strong and resilient. Um, but, you know, these diseases are something that we face.
I had a problem a while ago.
That and that is so true. And just in recap, lupus is not something that we know what causes it. The only problem is that our immune system is attacking. Instead of protecting us, it's attacking us. And it attacks every part of the body. So
Yes.
it's different for different people. It attacks your joints, it attacks your kidneys, it attacks your heart, it attacks your eyes, it attacks just about any aspect of your body. And the problem is that you get so much inflammation. The skin. The joints are basically the ones that are mostly affected. You get the inflammation, the swelling of the joints, the pain in the joints, where you basically don't want to move. And that's why I said, because the joints are so affected, you don't want to move, but it's important that you move. Do exercises that are not so heavy on the joints, whether it's going to be swimming or biking or yoga, whatever it is, something that you can stretch where your body is not having that heavy impact. But lupus is something that, yes, young people tend to get it, tends to occur in women, but it's something that's lifelong, and you just have to learn to live with it and be able to take your medication. Talk to your doctor. It's best for you to know that if you have flare-ups, to decrease the flare-ups. So you have to know what to do to decrease your flare-ups. Cover up, as I say, exposure to sun, manage your stress, sleep, eat properly. It's important.
Just now my mic was turned off, Dr. K, and so while you possibly were somehow hearing me, I wasn't being heard by our listeners this morning. Somehow, just for a little part of it, I don't know what portion, but I was certain that when I was talking about the body attacking itself or how it works, and we did the scan, and we would go to see our spouses. The question was asked, as I asked the question. I want to just reiterate that one. If it was important for us when we get into premarital to get this as a part of our premarital exercise, to get checked out and to see if we are being exposed to or have, like you said, some diseases that were a little bit hostile towards us. And I also said that and while I went there, I said, and I think we were laughing about it, but I think I wasn't saying anything because my mic was basically, or my system somehow just shut me down a little bit. But here it goes. Maybe we wanted to check up and see if the wife that you're marrying may have a reproductive organ before you get married. And so I wanted to just get back to it. And I'm sorry, I couldn't have said it earlier, but it is what it is. And so I'm done with it now. I've said it. We may want to look at that as a very good idea of when you're getting married. You might want to check out and see, for the men, of course. I don't know if the ladies may want to check if the men have reproductive organs as well. I don't know.
Lady Elise, we will not get into our premarital session.
Premarital. It's premarital, Dr. K. Apart from lupus, it has gone wider, but lupus is what we're talking about this morning.
Lady Elise, once you're about to get married, we will not call Mikey G. We will not get him involved.
You better get me involved because I might need to have some counseling with some of the person.
Thank you so much, Mikey G. We have our listeners online, viewers who are saying great program. Someone also mentioned that her daughter has lupus and, doesn't know anyone else in the family with it, and she has a major problem sleeping.
Okay, so that even though, no, really and truly, that's important in order to relieve the symptoms of the inflammation. So there are a number of things that she can do to get sleep, to get her to sleep properly. And sleeping is something that is an entire art. Some people were blessed with the ability to sleep. Some people were not. Some people, as soon as they put their heads down, some people can sleep standing. Like my dad, I tell him that if he stands up there too long and nobody talk to him, he will fall asleep. I'm telling you, some people were at the front of the line and some people because we're at the back of the line, and some people because of their medical conditions do not sleep as well. But there are a number of things that can help you to sleep. You have to make sure that your room is comfortable. You have to keep the same sleep time every time. And doing everything you can and you're still not sleeping, then there are other things that you can help to make you sleep. You can use there are lots of a little herbal stuff that you can use that's there to help you to sleep.
Well, I don't sleep a lot. I would tell everyone this. So I must be a little bit more vigilant in catching up on more sleep for myself. I probably work so much sometimes I'm always doing something, and I like to work in the nights. Not to go to work, but I like to be doing something in the nights. And
but Mikey G, it's not a matter of not sleeping, it's unable to sleep.
Unable to
sleep.
sleep.
People who will sleep,
okay,
but because they have so much things to do,
that's another matter altogether.
Sleep. And then the persons who really want to sleep but cannot fall asleep or stay asleep.
Okay, so it's not somebody like me who just don't want to go to my bed.
Who want to work and
I want to stay up because I just think life is so short. I have to stay awake for it most of it. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
And we cannot take it too simply, when we talk about sleep, because, you would have heard of one of the greatest pop stars in the world and having accumulated wealth and fame, and the thing that he needed most was sleep. And to his detriment, Michael Jackson.
That's correct.
Died. Just a desire to rest and sleep. And Dr. K said it well when she said, it's an art to rest, to rejuvenate, ready to start the new day. Certainly, you have shared a wealth of information with us, Dr. K, and there's so much more I know that you have to share with us, so much about lupus, but in essence, I know you always remind us to take care of our health so that we don't need to come to see you more than for our wellness checks, right?
Correct.
We keep this body well, and we do the best with the resources, our rest, our exercise. Let's be deliberate about that. Thank you so much, Dr. K.
Ladies, I am already worried to go for my wellness check.
You went for for a long time, but we'll take you hooks and if we have to strap you down, we will take you. Thank you, Doc. You will help us, Dr. K.
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right, it's Wellness Wednesdays, guys, and we are here with Dr. K this morning, and we're talking about lupus and its adverse effect on the human body. And of course, today has been a very interesting talk, and I get to say what I wanted to say about lupus and how it attacks us. And I'm thinking, Doc, I would think that our listeners are very much interested in this topic, and we want to find ways and means of how to help persons and how to refer them. And of course, when we come back, maybe at the next session, we can find some references for persons that they can have hope in how to find proper places that they can care for their loved ones or themselves if such a case occurs. All right, Lady Elise, I think, Doc, any final words? And let's get out of here this morning.
I'm sitting down on alert, Dr. K. I was doing some research, and we have to keep current. And I understand that this entire month of April is Testicular Cancer Awareness Month. And I already have persons interested from the diagnostic perspective to have that discussion. So maybe we can have a little...
Do that next week, definitely.
Yes.
Testicular cancer, we will discuss that next week.
All right, here's our topic. Keep popping up. It's the month of talking about health. And of course, Dr. K, thank you so much for joining us this morning. It has been a totally awesome morning and a well done presentation to our listeners. To our listeners and viewers this morning on Flashpoint Radio, www.flashpointmedia.ky. And for our viewers on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, I want to say good morning to you. And of course, it's Wellness Wednesday. Thank you for joining us. And of course, catch us next week for another Wellness Wednesday. Same time, same place when we do it all over again for you. Of course, remember, like, share, and subscribe to Flashpoint for all these great programs and more to come.
When you need ultrasound that's safe and effective, you must visit Asai Ultrasound Imaging. They're conveniently located at number 4 Chestnut Center, Smith Road, Georgetown, Cayman Islands. With experienced technologists with over 20 years experience, their friendly staff will make you comfortable while you get your procedure done. Asai Ultrasound Imaging is open Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturdays. Call Asai Ultrasound Imaging 345-949-2454 or 345-938-3426. That's 345-949-2454 or 345-938-3426.
I'm Audley Scott, and you're listening to Flashpoint Radio, Rise and Shine, your morning boost of inspiration, news, and fun, with Mikey G, Lady Elise, and Coralie Karen, the unmistakable combination, synergized to navigate.
Elise, a while ago, my microphone went off. Somebody said, good, Mikey G, your mic would turn off long time.
I'm sure that's not the case. We look forward to it. Morning. You're full of wit and fun and so much more. And of course, Definitely so much for us to share. You know,
This morning, this wellness, talking about the whole aspect of health. This morning, it is. I am. Sometimes it's scary just to think about all the things that actually is attacking us and trying to harm us all the time. In fact, this morning's experience is not some disease coming from outside. It's a very immune system that should protect your body from the disease that would attack you. Is actually acting against you. And I am telling you, it is very troubling to hear. But it is like saying, what's next?
What's next? Well, what's next is taking care of our health. And
Yes.
on every program, we're going to be very deliberate. We have a team. We have Inspiration Cayman as part of our team. Both they're standing ready. I can hear all those stress, those marks in your back and stuff. Race going on. I mean, I had a discussion recently, and a friend reminded me that part of taking care of your health is getting a good massage.
Well, it says that there's three things that does it well. Well, not three. There are of the many things that can make you feel get this stress-free body or to release stress from you. There is they name three top here of all three of them.
Yes.
And of the three, I'm going to label two. The last two on the list of it, a good swim really does it. Swimming.
Can I testify?
Swimming. Let's go to the top three of them. Swimming is where the third in the list of three, and so swimming is ranked third in the best of how you can relax your body. Swimming, getting into the water and getting that nice, relaxing feeling of being in the water. Of course, lying on the beach and getting, is one of them, but that's not in the top three. So the top three, getting some swim time, maybe, with the beach time, and I probably lying on the beach. I'm going to link maybe the both of them together. And then second, in the list of the top three is, and three being the highest, are at the top of the list. And so it is a good massage. Inspiration, not inspiration, but inspiration, which of course it is very much coined, in such a way that it sounds so unique and good. Inspiration massages, right? So you get some massage from your massager, and that brings you to the second in the most likelihood of best body care and treatment. So if you're into the second, so I'm going to say inspiration would be right there in the massaging of the body and get relaxation. So you go to your local spa. But at the top of the list, the drum roll is at number one or at number three, at the three being the highest, as having a nice husband or a nice wife that treats you nice and you go to sleep early every night. That's it.
On that note, I know breakfast, I want to go on to lunch, I want to dinner, I want to bed, I will say a special thank you to the friends that I have who have gone above and beyond. This morning started a bit shaky for me, and many things were happening. A big shout out to family and friends. Every part of it's like every day, every leg of the race. I want to thank you for your support, your calls, your assistance, your physical assistance. And Lord, I pray that the coverage of the breakfast hour, the coverage of your love and your peace be upon us all, no matter the challenges that we face. That is what I'm speaking into being this morning. We have a lot to share before we get out of studio.
All right, let's share a few things this morning, Lady Elise.
Yes.
What we do, we have to share. We have our fish fry, we have our karaoke, and
And
yes. Let's start with.
the fish fry is on. Yes. Fish fry is on this Sunday. If you haven't had your tickets yet, it's not too late. You can give me a call 922-4259. I'm taking orders for fish fry this Sunday. It's gonna be wonderful. We put in some love in that as well. We do appreciate your support on our fish fry this week. Coming up also is our karaoke night on Saturday night. Come out and support. It's a time to let down your ear in a nice, clean environment. We are looking forward to having you this Saturday night, the 5th of April, 7 p.m. right here at 269 West Bay Road. Something to look forward to. And of course,
I wanted to say before you rush it along, Lady Elise, for our fish fry persons, even if you're not in the Cayman Islands, we are asking you to support. So you can get a virtual fish. Just imagine that you got it, but pay the money and just make support the thing, all right? And so for our karaoke, we want to also introduce the idea of having our online persons from overseas in the Caribbean, in the UK, in Canada, in the US of A, in Jamaica. And of course, I don't want to encourage the ones in Cayman to stay in their homes to do this. I want you to know that we want you to come to the studio and have yourself a great evening with Flashpoint and the team members, right? But those online can also join in to have their number or their items placed on the list of persons who will be performing on that night. So we're going to send out the registration so you can register for your items, and so we'll have you down so we can just simply go on, have a good night, and of course enjoy it virtually. Some places where you can't come, and those who are in-house can enjoy seeing you and hearing you sing in the Cayman Islands as well. All right? So that's what I'm saying right here. All right. Go ahead, Lady Elise. We are still on more things to come.
yes, the ASI monthly walk run is next Sunday, the 13th at 6 a.m. Something to look forward to, something you must try to attend. It's not a race, it's an opportunity for you to be deliberate in taking care of our health. We as a team at Flashpoint care for more than your physical and your entertainment needs. It's a holistic man. And of course, inside is the way to do it this Sunday at 6 a.m. Not this Sunday, Sunday the 13th of April at 6 a.m. Something for you to look forward to. I would also like to share with you another adventure that's intended to happen this summer. And you probably are wondering, what should I do this summer? What do I do with my time?
Mission Trip 2025.
So please, if you're
Yes.
this is an opportunity. The cost is only $1,500, and of course, it's from the 27th of July to August 10th. You will have the flight. This fee includes your flight, insurance, accommodation, and food. You know, that is a steal of a deal. You should try and register.
And
You could have a persons who are the organizers in studio to share with you more about this trip, but it's certainly something you need to look forward to.
all right, and because you're going with God's people, you don't only have insurance, you also have assurance. And so that's where we're going to lay that one down for us this morning. I am thinking, it's almost time for us to get out of the studio. I think it's time. I want to say thank you for joining us this morning for this edition of the Breakfast Hour. It is Wellness Wednesday, and we had a great time with you. I hope you and trust that you did have a great time with us as well. Anyways, I don't know, take us out of here, the final words for us to say goodbye to our listeners and guests this morning.
May the Lord bless you and keep you, and may His face shine upon you and prosper you. no matter what situation you encounter today, remember that you have a firm foundation. Even although sometimes the road might get rocky, and of course the foundation may shift beneath you. Stand firm because God's got you. We look forward to being with you tomorrow on tomorrow's episode of the Breakfast Hour, where we have a lot of fun and a lot of things to share with you. So you got to stay connected. Remember, we are online 24/7. We are on radio. It's www.flashpointmedia.ky.
All right,
Please connected to us.
Also remember, guys, on Thursdays, tomorrow Thursday, you know what we have. We have Yardi Link Up. Yardi Link Up starts at 2 o'clock. If it's US time, it's 3 o'clock. But 2 o'clock Cayman time, right back till 5 o'clock. You can't miss. Sorry, you cannot miss Yardi Link Up. I went into my Jamaican vernacular just now, and I'm telling you, you're gonna have a wonderful time right here on Flashpoint Radio. So check us out at Flashpoint Radio. Sorry. For Flashpoint Radio, it is flashpointmedia.ky right here in the Grand Cayman Island. Just Google us now. If you miss it any at all, just Google Flashpoint Radio Cayman and you'll find us. You don't have to worry about it. It's easy to find. Simple. Have yourself a great day, guys. Catch you tomorrow morning, same time, same place. We'll do it all over again for you. It's Flashpoint. And of course, it has been the breakfast hour right here this morning. Wellness Wednesday. Catch us next week. Same time, same place. We'll do it all over again for you. I am having a great time this morning. Have yourself a wonderful day. Hey, ladies, pick up yourself. Dr. K, thank you for joining us this morning and for delivering such an awesome bit of information to our listeners, our guests, and all our peeps this morning. We say, I'm out of breath. Thank you.
Scott, and you're listening to Flashpoint Radio, Rise and Shine, your morning boost of inspiration, news, and fun, with Mikey G, Lady Elise, and Coralie Karen, the unmistakable combination, synergized to navigate.
It's like we're running in circles, going around every day, getting stuck in the hurdles of yesterday. Don't you wanna go further, away from the fray? Let's not get stuck in our worries, we'll make our own way. Won't you come outside where the sunflowers bloom? Breathe in the air, look up to the moon. I'll meet you outside, away from the crowd, just you and me together. It will all seem better outside, just us in the sky. Are we part of this circus? Is it innate? Feels like a heavy burden, but I can't relate. Do our actions even matter? Or is this a fate? At least now I'm feeling better. I know I'm here to stay. Won't you come outside where the sunflowers bloom? Breathe in the air. Look up to the moon. I'll meet you outside, away from the crowd. Just you and me together. It will all seem better outside. Just us in the sky. I will go wherever. I'll be yours
Have yourself a flashpoint day. Start your breakfast the flashpoint way and cruise through lunch and then to dinner. With Flashpoint Radio. Flashpoint Radio is a class. Flashpoint Radio for gospel, inspiration, motivation, and meditation. Anywhere you go, take Flashpoint with you. Flashpoint